the end of April, we're at the end of Second Chance Month, and I want to tell you why second chances are important in the criminal justice context. You know, if you think about what we are trying to do with the criminal justice system, we're generally trying to modify somebody's behavior, right? Because we know that the people who come into the system, regardless of what happens to them, generally are going to come back to the communities they came from, right? And the question really is, are they going to come back better, or are they going to come back worse? And not giving somebody a second chance means that they're generally going to come back to that community worse. We have to recognize, if we're going to be smart on crime, that most people that touch the system are not going to be career criminals if they're treated appropriately. You know, of course, there's that small percentage of people who are, where, you know, it's incumbent upon the system to treat them in a certain way. But for the majority of people, particularly young people whose brains have not developed yet, second chances are incredibly important, because they still have the opportunity to become the productive members of our community that we want for them, that we want. And that, doing that smartly, that's how you build long-term community safety. That really is why second chances are incredibly important. Study after study shows that for most people, if you give them a second chance, you will actually help them not recidivate. You will actually make it so that they can live in their community and other people will be safe if you give them a second chance. That's generally what happens. So here in our office, we really live not only those values, but we live with that knowledge of how to treat individuals that touch the system, particularly when they're touching it for the first time. That's why we think, you know, second chances are important. We're glad that they're celebrated in April. And whether it's April or any other month, our office is all about giving the appropriate people second chances, because that's how you build long-term community safety.